My fiancé said, dating above my tax bracket. I replied, congrats. Then I froze our wedding account, canceled bookings, emailed guests her screenshot, and just watched as one Instagram caption nuked her engagement, job, and lover's reputation. She posted it on a Saturday night. Ava, my fiancé. The woman I had been with for 4 years and engaged to for 6 months. The photo showed her clinking champagne glasses with some guy on a rooftop terrace, city lights behind them. The caption read, finally, dating above my tax bracket. Level up, manifested Noura. Her engagement ring was not in the photo. I was sitting on my couch in Denver, scrolling my phone. I had dropped her at the airport that morning so she could attend a Women in Leadership Summit sponsored by a venture capital firm. She kissed me in the departures lane, told me she loved me, and wheeled her suitcase into the terminal. 9 weeks from our wedding day. I stared at the post. The guy looked mid-40s, older than us, with an expensive watch and the kind of smile that says he is used to being the main event. The likes were already climbing. The comments were worse. Queen energy, upgrade unlocked. Finally, a man on your level. Tax bracket glow up. Sometimes you do not need to get more context. The caption is the context. I typed one word in the comments, congrats. Then I put my phone down and just stared at the wall. My brain felt like it was moving through mud. This was Ava. My Ava. The woman whose vendor deposits I had been paying from my savings because her social media marketing salary did not stretch that far. 80% of the wedding costs were coming from me. After a few minutes, something in me clicked back into gear. I opened my banking app and froze our joint account. We had opened it 6 months earlier for wedding expenses. There was about $4,000 in it, mostly my contributions. Frozen. Then I called the Marble Rose, our wedding venue. It was after 10, so I got voicemail. I left a message asking them to call me Monday morning to cancel our contract. I knew we would lose the $5,000 deposit. It felt like ripping off a bandage. Catering company. Voicemail. Same message. Photographer. Voicemail. Same message. I opened Excel and created a new spreadsheet. Ava expense summary finalized. I listed every deposit, every payment, every dollar I had put toward a wedding that was now dead. My phone started blowing up. Texts from friends. Dude, did you see Ava's post? Is everything okay? What is going on? I ignored them and opened my email. I pulled up our guest list. 140 people, family, friends, colleagues. I wrote a new message and added them all in BCC. Subject, wedding canceled Mason and Ava. The body was short. Due to recent public developments, our wedding will not take place as scheduled. Ava's post tonight outlines her new direction. I wish her the best in her pursuit of higher tax brackets. I attached a screenshot of her Instagram post. Then I hit send. When someone ends your relationship publicly, you are allowed to respond in public. That is not drama. That is self-protection. By 1045, I had packed a small bag. I drove across town to my best friend Dylan's apartment and knocked. He opened the door in boxers, half asleep. Mason, what the hell, man? Ava just ended our relationship on Instagram, I said. I need to crash here tonight. He stared, grabbed his phone, and found the post. I watched his face change as he read. You have got to be kidding, he muttered. By midnight, I had 60 missed calls and 20+ texts. Most were from Ava. I turned my phone to silent and slept on Dylan's couch. Sunday morning, I woke up to 3 voicemails. The first was from Ava's maid of honor, voice shaking with anger. She was joking, Mason. It was a stupid joke. You just humiliated her in front of everyone we know. You are out of your mind. The second was from Ava's mother, sobbing. You ruined her future. How could you do this to my daughter? The third was from my mother. Her voice was calm, the way she sounds when she is doing someone's taxes and finds a mistake. Son, she said, you did not ruin anything. You just told the truth faster than she could delete it. Call me when you are ready. I called her back. We talked for an hour. She did not tell me what to do. She listened, asked questions, and reminded me who I am. You are not wrong for protecting yourself, she said. "Whatever happens next, you did not cause this. She did." That one sentence kept me grounded when everyone else was trying to flip the story. Monday, I went to work. I told my manager I would need a personal day later that week, but I could work today. He looked at me like he was not sure that was true, but let it go. I buried myself in code and systems diagrams. Numbers made more sense than feelings. At 11, the Marble Rose called back. They confirmed the cancellation. Deposit non-refundable. I said I understood and hung up. 20 minutes later, the caterer called. Same result. The photographer emailed. Same thing. I updated my spreadsheet. Total loss $8,100. That afternoon, Dylan forwarded me a screenshot. Someone in his construction network followed Ava. The original Instagram post was gone, but before she deleted it, she had edited the caption and turned off comments. The timestamp showed she did that at 1012 p.m., about 10 minutes after I wrote "Congrats." It did not matter. The summit had an official hashtag. Her post had been tagged. Other attendees had already shared it. Screenshots were everywhere. Dylan texted, "She is trying to control the damage, but it is too late. You checkmated her in under an hour." I did not feel like I had checkmated anyone. I felt tired. Once something public is out, you cannot put it back in the box. You can only decide whether you will pretend you did not see it. On Tuesday, a new text came in from an unknown number. "Hi Mason, this is Rachel Hartman. I am the wife of Evan Hartman, the man in your former fiancé's Instagram post. I saw what happened and you confirmed what my gut has been telling me for months. Thank you for bringing this to light. If you are willing, I would like to talk." I called my mom again. "Someone named Rachel Hartman just texted. She says she is his wife. What do I do?" "What does she want?" My mom asked. "She wants to talk." "Then talk," she said, "but be careful, be honest, and do not guess about things you cannot prove." We set up a call for Wednesday night. We talked for almost 2 hours. Rachel sounded calm in a way that only comes after a long stretch of feeling crazy. She told me she had suspected Evan was cheating for 3 months. More travel, late nights, vague stories. She had asked him twice. Both times he had looked her in the eye and told her she was paranoid. "When I saw your ex's post," Rachel said, "I felt relieved. I know that sounds strange. But I felt relieved because I was not crazy. There it was in front of everyone." She asked if I could send her the original screenshot and anything else I had. She said she was meeting her attorney and wanted everything in order. I sent the screenshot, the timestamp metadata, and an archive link someone on Reddit had saved. She thanked me and promised to update me if anything important came up. Meanwhile, Ava had been blowing up my phone. I finally read her messages on Thursday. They started panicked. "Mason, please call me. This is not what it looks like. I can explain." Then angry. "You are ruining my life. You sent that email to humiliate me. Everyone thinks I am a cheater." Then desperate. "They put me on leave. I lost my job. You need to tell them this was a misunderstanding." I did not reply. Dylan told me Ava's company had put her on administrative leave. Her post had used the company's branded hashtag, and the summit's sponsors were not thrilled about being linked to a new tax bracket, a fair announcement. HR opened an investigation into whether she violated their social media policy. I felt bad for maybe 10 minutes. Then I reminded myself she chose the caption, the tag, and the timing. I had not forced her to press post. This is an important line. Consequences are not the same as revenge. Sometimes they are just cause and effect finally catching up. On Friday, Dylan sent another screenshot. This one was from someone at the venture capital firm sponsoring the summit. Evan, the man in the photo, was a partner there. His reputation inside the firm was taking a hit. Investors were asking questions. The firm put out a bland statement about personal matters not reflecting company values, but everyone understood. That same day, Reddit caught the story. Someone posted the screenshot on a drama subreddit. They nicknamed Ava Tax Bracket Girl. Dylan told me not to read the comments. I actually listened. Saturday afternoon, Rachel texted again and asked to meet in person. She said it would only take 30 minutes and that she had something for me. We met at a coffee shop in Highlands. She looked early 40s, composed, tired but steady. She handed me an envelope. Inside was a check for $8,100. "What is this?" I asked. "3 weeks ago, Evan withdrew that exact amount from our joint account," she said. "He told me it was for a business investment. I found the hotel receipt later. Same place where that rooftop photo was taken. I am guessing he paid for your fiancée's room, meals, drinks, everything. I think you should have it back." I tried to hand it back. "I cannot take this. That is between you and your husband." "It is not between us anymore," she said. "I filed for separation yesterday. Our prenup says misuse of marital funds for an affair is a breach. My attorney will handle the rest. This is just me making sure you are not the only one who pays for their choices." I managed to say thank you and she left. On Sunday, Ava tried again from yet another number. I did not answer, but I listened to the voicemail. Her voice was hoarse, like she had been crying. "Mason, please, I know you are angry. I know I messed up, but nothing happened with Evan. It was just a photo. It was a joke that went too far. You are destroying my life over a misunderstanding." I saved the voicemail and did not call back. That night, Dylan came over with pizza and beer. We ate in silence for a while. "You know she is lying, right?" he said. I nodded. I had known from the first second I read that caption. Finally, dating above my tax bracket is not a joke you make about a man you are not interested in. "What are you going to do now?" he asked. "I do not know," I said. "One day at a time." He clinked his bottle against mine. "You handled this better than I would have. I probably would have driven to that summit and flipped a table." "That would not have changed anything," I said. "She made her choice. I just made sure the people paying for the wedding knew the truth before she could spin it." "You froze the account, canceled the wedding, and emailed everyone in under an hour," he said. "That is not petty. That is efficient." Maybe he was right. It still just felt like survival. The next week, Ava's administrative leave became a termination. Her company decided the post violated their social media policy and fired her. I heard it through the industry grapevine and felt nothing much. Not satisfaction, not sorrow, just empty. On Tuesday, Rachel emailed me with an update. Evan had been asked to step down temporarily while the board conducted a review. Investors were asking whether he had used company funds for personal travel. His judgment was under a microscope. She wrote, "That rooftop is where he proposed to me 12 years ago. I do not know if he chose it on purpose or by accident, but either way it told me everything I needed to know about who he has become." I sat with that for a while. Some choices are not random, they are confessions. On Wednesday, a new text came in. "This is Ava. My phone got shut off. I am using a friend's phone. We need to talk. Evan's wife is suing him. Reporters keep calling me. You ruined my life and you need to fix this." I blocked the number. Thursday afternoon, an email arrived from a law firm I did not know. Subject: Notice of potential legal action. My stomach dropped. Their client, Ava Mitchell, was exploring options for legal action related to defamation and emotional damages from my email to guests and my public behavior. They requested that I contact them to resolve the situation. I forwarded it to my mom, who forwarded it to a lawyer friend. He called that evening. "Do you have documentation?" he asked. "Yes, screenshots, timestamps, archive links, my email to guests, everything." "Good, send it to me and send it to them." Explain that her post was public, your email was factual, and you did not share anything that was not already visible online. I did exactly that. The next morning, their reply arrived. "After reviewing the materials you provided, we have advised our client that pursuing this matter further would not be in her best interest. Consider this matter closed." Dylan called it the fastest empty legal threat he had ever seen. I called it exhausting. That Friday, a local gossip blog ran a story about Evan stepping down. It mentioned the summit, the rooftop post, and his wife filing for separation. It did not name Ava, but anyone who had seen the original post knew. Rachel emailed again. The prenup had worked exactly how her attorney expected. They proved Evan used marital funds for the trip, including Ava's hotel and expenses. That breach meant she got a larger share of assets. She would keep the house, the cars, and a big part of their savings. She also got full custody of their kids. "That is the only part that really matters to me," she wrote. I told her I was glad she was getting the outcome she deserved. Weeks passed. Ava moved in with her parents in Littleton. She could not land another marketing job. A quick search of her name brought up the rooftop post and the fallout. She tried selling online courses about branding. She launched a crowdfunding campaign called Recovering from Online Harassment. The comments were brutal. She disabled them and took it down. I took her to small claims court for the $8,100 in wedding deposits. She did not show up. I won by default. The judgment went on her credit report. I do not know if I will ever see the money, but at least the record exists. Evan's firm did not survive. Several investors pulled out. The remaining partners chose to dissolve rather than rebuild shattered trust. Evan now works as a consultant. His income is nowhere near what it was. Rachel got the house, the cars, a major share of their savings, and the position she really cared about, full custody. A few weeks ago, she reached out one more time. She had taken a job as chief operating officer for a nonprofit focused on renewable energy. They were looking for someone to lead their data and systems department. She thought of me. "Would you be interested in interviewing?" she asked. I thought about it for 5 minutes. Then I said yes. The interview went well. I got the offer. It is a lateral move in pay, but the work matters more and the culture feels healthier. I start in 2 weeks. My mom said she was proud of me, not just for how I handled the breakup, though she did say I kept my composure better than most. She said she was proud that I did not let the situation harden me, that I stayed open to what came next. Dylan told me I had somehow turned a disaster into a career upgrade, and that I should write a self-help book called How to Win by Not Playing Dirty. I told him that was a terrible title. As for Ava, I do not think about her much. Sometimes a song, a restaurant, or a random memory floats through, but it does not hurt like it did. It is just something that happened to an older version of me. I have been on a few dates lately. Nothing serious, just coffee and small conversations. It feels strange and necessary at the same time. Someone asked me recently if I regret how public my response was. If I wish I had handled things quietly, talked to her first, given her time. I thought about it. Yes, I could have done it privately. I could have waited, asked her for an explanation, let her shape a softer story. But the reality is this: she made a public declaration. I responded in real time. I did not lie. I did not exaggerate. I just refused to pretend it had not happened. If I had waited, she would have controlled the narrative. It would have become a joke that went too far, or a misunderstanding, or Mason overreacted. People might have believed her. By acting immediately, I made sure the truth was on the record before she could rewrite it. That does not make me feel victorious. It makes me feel like I finally protected myself. Ava thought she was upgrading her life when she posted that photo. She thought she was stepping into something richer, more glamorous, above her old tax bracket. What she actually did was trade her integrity for 30 seconds of attention. It cost her her job, her reputation, her relationships, her future plans. I did not take those things. She handed them away. I did not get an upgrade in tax bracket from any of this. I got something better. I got clarity. I got my self-respect back. I got a job I am excited about and a clean slate. Turns out that is worth more than any rooftop photo. Lesson 1: when someone disrespects your relationship publicly, that is the real message. You do not owe them a private, quiet exit. Lesson 2: screenshots are permanent. If you would be ashamed to see your caption in an email to your family, do not post it. Lesson 3: consequences are not the same as revenge. Sometimes people are just meeting the results of their own choices. Lesson 4: You are allowed to act fast to protect yourself before someone else can spin the story and paint you as the problem. Lesson 5. Integrity is worth more than status. Trading honesty for a level up almost always ends in a fall. What about you? At what point in this story would you have drawn the line and walked away? And have you ever watched someone try to rewrite a story you both lived just to make their choices look better?